Audio Jungle.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a video on how I met my birth siblings. If you guys do not know or are new to my channel, my name is Zamora and I am adopted. If you have not watched my adoption story, please check it out, and I will put the link in the description below. But just to give my newcomers a little more information about me, I was adopted when I was 8 years old by my mom now, and I was adopted as the only child, but growing up I always knew that I had siblings. I was supposed to be adopted with my brother, but that never happened. And I always knew I had siblings, but, you know, I never was pressed. I mean, I was pressed. I always thought about them all the time. And when I was growing up, I want to say I know I did meet them once. And then after that, I had a lot of, issues growing up and all of that. So when I did want to meet them again, I believe their mom said it wasn't a good idea, so we didn't. I met my siblings about, I want to say, a year ago, and I had moved out of my mom's house because I was going through a rough time, getting pregnant with my daughter, Skylar, and all of that. So I was moved out. I was starting a new job because I left my old job, and I think I randomly, it was on my lunch break, and my sister messaged me, and it was through Facebook. And I remember, like, a week ago, I had texted my mom, and I had asked her, I was like, do you know my siblings, names, information? And my mom was like, no, she didn't know their last names or anything. I knew that I had a sister named, I knew my sister's name, but I did not know her last name. And I knew my brother's name, but I didn't know his last name either. So it was hard, and so I just, I tried to find them the best that I could with what I knew, but it just wasn't enough. So finding them was a little hard, and I would give up every time. And I knew I had information on my siblings in my adoption file, but I just didn't know where my adoption file was. Like years ago, I did find my birth certificate that said my real name. And then when my mom adopted me, she changed my name, but my birth name is Zamora, and my mom only changed my middle name from LaQuisha to Margaret. So LaQuisha is a little ghetto. But and then of course my last name was Stevenson, and my mom just added the Webb part to the Stevenson. So I still have Stevenson in my name. So it's just Zamora Margaret Stevenson Webb instead of LaQuisha. Yeah. And let's see. So let's get back to when when my sister messaged me. So I was on a lunch break at work. And I went home to hang out with Skylar. Ava wasn't born yet. And I went home to hang out with Skylar and my hubby. And when we're on the way back to work, I looked on my Facebook, and it was like, it was a message from this girl. And part of me thought, I didn't know who she was. And usually I don't add people I don't know on Facebook. or if they, like, want to add me on Facebook, I usually be like, oh, do I know you, or whatever. So I got this message from my sister, who I didn't know she was my sister, and she had friend requested me, and I didn't know who she was. So I remember writing her message, and I was like, hi, do I know you? And she was like, yes. And then she wrote back, and she was like, yes, I think, she was like, yes, what did she say? She was like, yes, I think that you're my sister. She was like, I was adopted, we were adopted, and our mom is, this and that, and I think that you're my sister, and all of this other stuff. And when I read that message, I can just tell you that my heart dropped, because I never thought that I would find my sister, and I had been looking for them for like ever, and it was like, I just felt excitement, and I couldn't believe it. I'm sorry, material, but I couldn't believe it, and I was just like, oh my god, my dream came true, and I was just so excited, and I didn't want to go to work that day. I just wanted to message my sister and be like, oh my god, I've been looking for you. And when my sister when she had messaged me that, I was just like, oh my god, and I was so excited, and I told my husband, and I was like, oh my god, my sister just messaged me, I think this is my sister, she told me she's my sister, I've been looking for her forever. I showed him the message, and he was so excited for me, and I messaged her, and we talked the whole day. And then she told me that she was adopted. She was adopted. I already knew that she was adopted with my two other brothers. And growing up, I was told that I was supposed to be adopted. Her mom was supposed to adopt me. I've heard different stories, but my whole life I grew up knowing that I was supposed to be adopted with them, and somehow it didn't happen. And then they were all of a sudden adopted together, and I'm the oldest out of all three of them. Then my other brother, then my sister, and then my brother. My other brother is the youngest. So, she was like, yeah, we have been looking for you, and, but we kept spelling your name wrong. So, my mom let me look through your file, and then we realized that your name was spelled wrong, your name was spelled wrong, so we put your name in. And she was like, we have been looking for you for forever, but it never, worked out. And I was just so excited, and, I added my sister, then I added my brother, one of my brothers who we were supposed to be adopted together, but we never was. So I was like, okay, you know what, like, he was my best friend growing up. We were supposed to be adopted, together, and he was my best friend growing up. And then, when I went to foster home after foster home, we kind of drifted apart, and, I was just so excited. So I talked to my sister, the whole night, even when I got off work. I talked to my brother, even when I got off work, and we FaceTime, and, he got to see, my daughters through FaceTime, and Skylar, and, and then we set up, a meeting, that, let's meet, like, I finally get to meet my siblings. And the funny part is, it's a really small world, because my brothers, I had moved to where I am now, and my brothers and sister were literally living close to me, like 5 minutes away from me. And they actually grew up with my husband's brother and sister. They went to the same school as them, the same high school as them, and they grew up. So I was like, oh my god, like, this was really meant to be. Like, God brought him in my life so that I can finally meet my siblings. We were close. I was like, this is God. So, when, we were messaging like, okay, we're going to meet at this restaurant, we can, so I can get to know you guys. My sister, she had a son, so I was like, okay, you know, they'll get to meet my daughters, so they'll get to meet their, you know, their aunt, uncles, and then I get to meet my nephew, and you know, it was nice. So, and I actually do have a video of me meeting them, but I have to ask for permission first before I put it up there, because I don't know if they, you know, want to be featured on YouTube or anything. But I do have a video of me meeting them, and it was a really emotional video, emotional time, because you know, 26 years of living, and then the time that, you know, I was adopted. I honestly never thought in a billion years that I would meet, you know, be in touch with my siblings, and meet my sister, and meet my brother. And growing up, I always knew that I had a brother. And then, you know, as time went on, I was told I had a sister, and I had another brother. I had another brother who was never adopted. And he was raised by my birth mom's mother. So, and he's the oldest out of all of us. So, and I did meet him. I did find my mom through Facebook. So with that whole situation, I looked on I think my sister's Facebook page, and I knew my mom's name, and I typed her name into, you know, the search. And I had also been looking for my mom for the longest time, but I didn't know what she looked like, honestly, and you know, it would just, I never got any good results. So when I was waiting for my message from my sisters, for my sister, I, you know, was looking through the her friends list, and I came across my mom's name, and you know, I didn't know if it was my mom or not, so I actually got the courage, and I messaged her, and I was like, you know, my name is Samora. I don't know, but I think you're my mom. I was adopted when I was 8 years old, and you know, my mom's name matches your name, and I'm not sure if you're my mom, and I'm sorry if you are not my mom, but if you are, you know, I've been looking for you. And after like hours of waiting, she finally responded, and she was like, yeah, she said, yeah, you're my daughter. My daughter was taken away from me and all of this. So I did get in touch with her, and we talked for a little bit, and then I met that's my other brother, who was raised by my mom's mom, his grandma. I found him through Facebook also, so we connected, and you know, all of that. And my mom, pretty much, I had a lot of questions for her. I was really excited that I met her, and yeah. But that whole my birth mom thing didn't really work out. My mom, I feel like it's a whole another video of me getting in touch with my birth mom. But pretty much my mom wasn't, you know, she wasn't happy. She wanted to meet us. She wanted, you know, she was acting like she had been there forever, and it just wasn't sitting well with me. She wanted to rush into us meeting her meeting her grandchildren. Like, I didn't know her. I wanted to get to know her. I had a lot of questions for her, and you know, she felt like, you know, she just felt a type of way, and it's that is that. She will always be my mom. I think a mom is someone who raises you. I think of her as a egg donor, because she birthed me and carried me for 9 months, but she did not raise me. My mom, her life was surrounded by drugs and men, and that's what she chose. She chose that, and she didn't chose to, you know, raise her kids. she got them taken away. And I don't think she really looked for us. But that's another video. But I didn't meet her. I'm glad I did. But do I want a relationship with her? No. But what I do want a relationship is my siblings, which I do have a relationship with them, and I'm glad. And I talk to my sister like almost every day, and she lives like 5 minutes away from me, honestly. So if I want to visit her, I can probably just hit her up and be like, hang out. But you know, we are two different people. My brother, we are, you know, different people. We have different goals in life. We have different whatever. But I will always want to build a relationship with them. And I will always want them to be in my life no matter what. Because it's what I wanted my whole life. To really have a relationship. I grew up being an only child. And I always wanted a sibling. I always wanted to have a sister. I always wanted to have a brother. And, you know, God placed them in my life. For a reason. And I have done some pretty stupid things. Meeting them, trying to, you know, tell them how they should live their life. But, you know, me being a sister, you know, I want the best for them. But I have to think, you know, do I want that to ruin our relationship? No. So I've learned to step back as a sister and more be like a friend and support system, because that's what I would want for myself. And I'm in no means necessary am I, you know, is my life all there or whatever. I have some flaws. I have a lot of things I need to work on or whatever. But right now I just want the best relationship that my siblings and I can have, because this is what I've wanted for forever. And I was really excited to meet them. I don't know if I left anything out. If you guys have any more questions about this story, me meeting my siblings, you can ask them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, and please like, subscribe, and comment. Alright, see you guys.